and another reason to stand and fight for your life.
I'm busy. You will be asleep in my minutes. I'm a full friend. He's mine now. Alright, here you go.
Shoot, sorry, here we go. I don't know what just happened. My computer went black for a second. I think I just had a technical difficulty. But we're gonna ignore it because that's how all my casts start, with some sort of fuck up. Anyways, welcome to week 2 of season 6 of Clans League War. We've got Dub versus NND. We're just gonna ignore the fact that I didn't change the team names. Dude, I spent so much time going over my checklist. I thought I did everything. Anyways, both of these teams are in desperate need of some points. If you look at the leaderboard, both these teams are stuck at 0 overall, which is an unfortunate place to be. Oh Lord, you guys could hear that? Yeah. Okay, he's got this life-size skeleton he named Fred. And he set it up in front of my door and then banged. And I went to do it and it fell. He was trying to scare me with his giant friend, skeleton Fred. Welcome to you guys just get to get a glimpse into my life with that one. No, he's fun. LJ, that's because you are a little brother. Your vote doesn't count. Wait, are you an older sibling or a younger sibling? I actually can't, or both. I think you're middle. Are you? My brain hurts. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I wasn't sure because I remembered you had an older sibling, and then I was like, wait, no, but I've talked to your little sibling too. Anyways. Your valid is still void. Your opinion is void because you are a middle sibling and have an older sibling. So, Jesus Christ, LJ, that's too many siblings. Anyways, let's have a look at our roster for today's war. Excuse me. We're just gonna have a look at who's in game. Whoever isn't in game yet does not get a shout out because screw them, they're late. Anyways, for NND, we have got Sergeant Skinner, Sergeant Killer, Skell, Pickled Wombat, Amazer Dragon, Unscrambled Egg, Serena, King Squishy, Hate, and Anton. A hell of a lineup. That's gonna be a very aggressive team going into it. Looking at them, I'm expecting some especially aggressive plays from Anton and King Squishy over there. Skell will likely back them up. We'll see what the rest of the team does and how they play together. On the other side of the coin, and Dub, we have got Euphoria, Kelson, Jeremy, Fem, Abstract, Kayla, Arsh, and Chapman. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not entirely sure how this lineup's gonna play, but we'll have to see, won't we? And I truly do think that this could go either way. Both these teams have some seriously strong players with them, as it's expected in Immortal Division. We'll see what they do with it. LJ, have I made you mod yet? Hold on. Alright, LJ, you're mod now. Do predictions. Let's see who people think are gonna win. Thank you for the raid slap. And yes, I once again have a snack while I'm casting. I made taquitos. I don't really have time to do comp lately. Oh, God damn it! I thought I had the fucking audio filtering on this thing high enough. Look, at least we're not gonna have the fucking lollipop incident again from fucking Legions. You know, I had an entire fucking, like one of those giant Disneyland swirly lollipops, and I was just fucking crunching on it the entire time. Yeah, no one in chat told me that they could hear me just going crunch, crunch, crunch on the lollipop. And then fucking at the end, Trunks was like, so what were you eating? And I was like, wait, you guys could hear that? It was fucking so bad. Also, don't do that. Please do not bite into a lollipop. It's bad for your teeth. Hey, no, I wasn't sucking on the lollipop. I was crunching the lollipop, Little Red. You misunderstood. You're scaring people away, Little Red. This is a family-friendly cast. Ooh, Concessa playing for Dub Dub Dub. If you ever want free shots, just go out to drink with Concessa. She'll make it happen. We, whenever I met up with her in New York, we went out to dinner at this really nice rooftop restaurant. You could have oh my God, there's a big building. Big deal in New York. Giant building. Can't think of the name. It's in, near Times Square and everything. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I'm sure someone gets the idea. But no, it had a really nice view of it. And it took forever with our food. And Contessa got us like 3 free rounds of shots. It was great. And they weren't bad shots either. It was actually like decent booze. No, she's a ton of fun. Looks like we do not have Darth Shay playing. She was back for a scrim we had with WWW before the season started. Now, I think that both of these teams, one of their biggest flaws is that they don't push together at times. From what I've seen of both of their past gameplay and having played against both personally, they tend to push in waves, which allows the other team to take them down. And I think that them both having that weakness might come into play here, and we'll see how it does. I'll point it out if I notice it happening. We are 6 minutes past start time. Well, Jay, everything you say is a curveball. I mean, Little Red, I genuinely do not think I've ever... Oh, shit, here we go. Okay, it looks like we have Dub 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 over Cemetery, and that's going to mean that we have NND over Frontier. Full potting from both teams. We might see an early clash here.
Supply drop
in game 1.
Complex 76.
Ooh, Dub 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 gets dropped. Looks like... Not really, actually. That's kind of going far away from where they're going. Did anyone get a prediction up? Ooh, Dub 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 getting first dibs on tower. However, NND does get Metro, which is going to be interesting to see. Let's see what kind of strategy we can employ here.
Battle zone is now shrinking.
Yeah, I think that my team really underestimated what Sin was going to bring to the table. It was an amazing fight to watch. Sin really outplayed some of the strats that we were using, even though I didn't personally play. Congratulations to them, and we're taking them out in the semis. But who knows? Maybe one of these teams will come back from it and take our spot in the semifinals. We'll see what they do. Let's see. Let's go have a look at some loot, see what people are working with. King Squishy is definitely an aggressive one. We're going to check the players that I think are going to be aggressive first with that MP5 and op. Yeah. They, I cast a number of their games last season, especially the Sin versus SWA fight near the end of the season last time, if you remember. That might have been the semifinal. Oh, we got our first pokes between Skell and Euphoria, Abstract, and Chapman. Skell gets very low. Squishy getting very low. Finn getting them from behind. This is a 5-pack. Kelson with a pin drop.
First
Takes
blood.
Skell down. Kelson goes down as well. Looks like Squishy took down Kelson, and Sergeant Killer takes down Fem. That's going to clear them out. However, Dub does call the push here. We got 4 moving in. Serena takes some damage. Oh, Anton goes down. King Squishy goes down. Chapman goes down to Pickled Wombat. We're down to 8-7. Absolute chaos here. Skell is able to help clear out the building, get some room for the rest of the team. Kelson did get back up. Interesting position. So we got Arsh with the res. Ooh, VRS won against NB. Interesting. VRS versus NB is another real 50-50 fight, I think. I think most of the Immortal Division fights are 50-50. Could go either way. There are some where I could predict the winner, and those ones are the boring ones. But this one is going to be 50-50 as well.
Headshot.
Hey, with a nice headshot on Abstract, that's going to put them behind a little bit. Sergeant Skinner, see this staggered push I was talking about earlier, and Arsh takes him down with that Cyber Blade. Let's fucking go, Arsh.
Headshot.
King Squishy taking down Abstract with another headshot. Abstract is just taking it to the head. Yes, we had today's fights were VIP versus Sin, VRS versus NB, and it was 3-0 to NND. VIP went 3-0 to NND last week. Ooh, Arsh pushing up. And Kelson, a double stack here. However, Skell has the opportunity to stop them. He does not. Goes down himself. Hey, moving in. We're just going to keep an eye here. I want to keep an eye on this specific fight. Hey, moving out. Euphoria moving in over here. We're switching. Anton on the second floor. Skell goes down to Jeremy. Sarita goes down to Jeremy. Euphoria takes down Anton. NND taking some serious loot damage here. And Hay goes down. Most of NND is on the other side of tower. Very split up team here. Dub with an insane stack. Let's have a look at that map to see what we're working with here. Yes, look at that. We have Team A, NND in 2 very distinct stacks. Team B is extraordinarily together. However, Team B will need to take advantage of that split if they want that easy win. It looks like they're starting to move. NND does have some movement advantage here. They might be able to get to the rest of the team first. Oh no, they're maintaining the split. Interesting strategy. I have seen some teams pull off the wins whenever they split the team, but they need to get the flank right. And this is definitely intentional. We've got a Mazo Dragon and Sergeant Killer climbing the windmills. Arsh climbing tower. We're going to stay up here so that we can see what they do with this. Sergeant Skinner goes down to Fem. Nate in a rough spot here. He goes down as well. Skell and Serena being held out. Arsh moving in with a pin drop. Where are we going, Arsh? Sergeant Killer has the opportunity to do the funniest thing and just kill the fuck out of Arsh. Dub moving towards the 5-stack in zone. We are at 6 alive for NND, and we have Dub running with the corpses. Ooh, Arsh going in for the pin drop. Oh no, just getting out of the air. Pickled Wombat takes a rough shot there. Unfortunate for them, as he's gonna have to back off. Unscrambled Egg taking some serious damage. Dub has a serious advantage going into this final fight, or semi-final fight, I should say.
Killing
Euphoria takes down Pickled Wombat. We'll have to see what they do with it. NND could still come back from this, but it is going to be rough with Unscrambled Egg going down. Oh, and that is it for this part of NND. We're gonna have to see what the rest of them do. Just 5 left for NND, all of them on Kingdom Wall, and they are definitely running out of loot. They are gonna get the res though. I am worried if they do not take down Euphoria that he is going to cause some serious problems. Yes, Euphoria taking down King Squishy. Getting angle on the rest of the team, hitting Pickled Wombat and Sergeant Killer. Concessa moving in as well. Oh, we got a triple push on a Maze Dragon. We're gonna try and get both of these fights here. 4 left for NND, 9 for Dub. Arsh moving up on a Maze Dragon. Oh, he heard him. Amazing knows he's coming with that M10. Oh, and he goes down to the double stacked by Arsh and Kayla. Let's get back to this fight where we have NND holding this building.
Ultra kill.
Skell takes down Chatman and Jeremy. Abstract takes down his Hate Nate. Skell goes down the zone. And King Squishy takes down Contessa. AJ takes down Serena. Kelson takes down King Squishy. And Fim eliminates NND. Let's have a look at our kill leaders for game number 1. 3 sec on the windmill was crazy, but it was worth it. Zero doubt that they'd win. Now we have Skell with 6 kills, 1300 damage. Fim, 5 kills, 1000 damage. Euphoria, 5 kills, 1200 damage. Overall, a pretty even game from Dub, and not so much from NND. And yes, that is going to be game number 1 going to Dub. We'll have to see how they come back from that in game number 2. Now they changed their strategy. We saw them try to do a split strategy in game number 1. And unfortunately, it just slowly got them all killed. Oh, thank you for the bits, Romy. What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? I'll also point out, from what I said at the beginning of the game, from what I was expecting, we did see a staggered push from Dub there, but unfortunately NND was down to 5 members at that point, where we saw, I believe it was Euphoria and one other pushing in at the very start, the rest staying in the back. We'll have to, I'm going to assume that it was planned, Jordan, because I have to. I am. I've been super busy, but it's been fun. And Dub getting the Metro pole, that's going to help them. NND potting out. It looks like they're going to go for tower right off the bat once again. Most of NND's fights, though we are only on week 2, meaning I've only seen 1 session out of them, has been them going for tower almost immediately. And if Dub did their research, they might know that and might be able to counter. We'll see. Let's have a look at some of our loot. Kelson, what do you got? A nice purple op for Kelson. That's going to come into play later, 100%. Always nice to see some high tier ops on the field. I forgot the word for the weapon. All right, I believe you, Shadon. You're going to cook all of them next season, or next session. AJ, Uzi's MK and Tech 9. Contessa with an UMP and an RFB. We might have the same fight we had last game, except NND definitely a lot more stacked here. I want to say, I'm not entirely sure. We might be on the same level as last game. However, we'll see if they move in. Jeremy for Euphoria and Fem moving out. Looks like Dub is starting their push. Question is, do they know that NND is at tower? Oh, now they do. Skell has been spotted. Gets hit once. Fem taking a nope. Unscrambled egg moving to get angle. He unscrambled egg hitting Arch pretty fucking hard. Good for NND pulling them back a little bit, especially with that initial pick on Skell. We did not have any pin drops last game. We had the setup for a pin drop. Twice. Oh. Looks like we are going to have a pin drop this game. R shakes down King Squishy. NND holding King or tower wall. Dub pushing in. Quad stack here. Pickle takes down Arsh. 3 left. Pushing in. Pickle backing up. Fim goes down. Takes down Sergeant with her. Anton takes down Jeremy. Sergeant takes down Fim. AJ takes down King. Pickle takes down Euphoria. Skell takes down Jeremy. Pickle takes down AJ. Kelson takes down
Ultra kill.
Oh, we are still going. Pickle taking down Contessa. Arsh taking down Serena. Skell taking down Fim. And Pickle taking down Arsh. We're now down to an 8-4. If NND knows what's good for them, they will push. And they have a tower pin drop set up here to take out the back lines of Dub. Or they don't. I thought they did. I guess that they used that pin drop during that fight at some point. Hey, Nate takes down Chatman. Skell takes down Fem. Dub pushing in on NND pushing in on Dub very hard here. as they should. Ameza gets taken down by Arsh. Abstract versus Anton here in a second, and Anton goes down without hitting Abstract at all. Oh, and that is it for Arsh and Abstract, their front team. Looks like the rest of the team is going to be back here. All 4 of them? Yes, we have all 4 of them. Jeremy, Concessa, AJ, looks like it's 6 now, Kayla and Euphoria. Kelson way on the other side of the map. Dub starting to get very split here by NND's initial attack. We'll see if they can recover, but we might see a 3-2 session, and that is fucking amazing. Who are we thinking is going to win this one in chat? Euphoria gonna try and hold here. Don't know if that's gonna work out for him. We'll see what happens. Oh, Jeremy goes down to Nate. Hate Nate. I always want to read that as Nate hate for some reason. Yeah, NND definitely has an advantage here. We'll see if they hold it. King Squishy pushing up on Euphoria. Oh, point blank range M10 to the head. Quite unfortunate. Sergeant coming down with a pin drop, but gets sniped out of the air. That's gonna be it for him. Not going to see that one go to fruition. Abstract moving in from the side. Arsh and Abstract. Once again, this duo pushing a Maze Dragon. I think that this is the 4th time we've seen a Maze Dragon specifically pushed by Arsh and Abstract. And Sergeant Killer goes down to Arsh. Serena drops Abstract's shield. Looks like we're going to see Euphoria join this fight to hold off NND. I believe NND still has a minor advantage here. We'll see if they can hold it. Serena moving in, and Serena hits Abstract, takes him down. Serena versus Arsh now. Arsh takes down Serena. Unfortunate for her. NND's gonna have to move in to take advantage here. Yes, Arsh is surrounded from all angles. I don't think he can get out of this one in one piece. He does not. Pickled Wombat gets him with that RFB. How is Dub looking? Dub still on the defensive, trying to repair their ranks, get that loot back that they've unfortunately lost early in this game. And let's have a look at our map. We have 2 Dub in Defiance, 1 in Tower, and 7 in Plains. And it looks like NND's main forces are focused on pushing the Plains team, which may backfire on them if Dub is able to recover in zone. Jeremy rejoining. Nope, never mind. Euphoria goes down to Serena. Sergeant versus Jeremy over here. Let's have a look at this 1v1 super quick, as it should be quick. And yes, oh, they're both extraordinarily low. Looks like we're gonna have Hate Nate coming in for the third party-ish. Not quite a third party, but y'all know what I mean. And Jeremy goes down to Hate Nate. Unscrambled Eggs takes down Kayla, who took some damage off of Hate Nate during that push. And we're down to just a few over here. AJ trying to move out still, and in a rough spot. You know, I like casting because I can just not shut up. Anyways, Arsh takes down Anton. That might be some of the kills needed to come back. And Hate Nate versus Abstract here. Abstract goes down. Concessa about to die to zone. She does not realize that is a tip, unfortunately. AJ in a rough spot here. Just 3 left for Dub. And it looks like, yes, they're going for the res in the zone. If Kelson can pull that off, we might be able to see a comeback here. Hate Nate gets low. Just AJ left over here. And that is it for this part of the fight. Let's go have a look over here. We have Kelson and Jeremy holding the building. NND is definitely keeping Dub away from loot, which means that they have a major advantage here, especially with that 10-5, 5 dead on Dub. King Squishy getting shot by Jeremy. Jeremy gets hit in the back. We'll go inside with him. Moving out for the front. Gets hit in the side and goes down to Skell with that MK18. NND still pushing. If they know Kelson's there, I expect a push. They have shown their aggressive side as we expected. Oh, I just deleted your message, Little Red. I apologize. Kelson goes down to Sergeant. Yeah, NND definitely holding here. 5 left on Dub. We'll see if they can make a comeback. Abstract. NND is not, or WW is not a bad spot for loot if they can get a couple of kills on the NND that push in, like Anton Sargent and King Squishy in particular. Abstract trying to get some high ground. It's King Squishy climbing up an Abstract, and oh, King Squishy, what happened to your sword? I saw a sword in your hand for a second. I'm disappointed. Arch takes down Sergeant Skinner. Dub is gaining a little bit of ground here compared to previously. Nate takes down Jeremy and Kayla. Oh, King Squishy takes down AJ. Nate takes down Euphoria. Anton takes down Fim. Chatman takes down Serena. 2 left for Dub, and they're in a rough spot here. Nate takes down Arch. Just Chatman left, and he goes down. That is a point for NND. We are 1-1 after game number 2. NND taking the dub. Let's have a look at our kills. NND, 36 kills total. Hate Nate, 8 kills. Oh. Hate Nate, 8 kills, 1,400 damage. Skell, 6 kills, 1,600 damage. Arsh, 9 kills, 2,000 damage. A hard carry over the half the kills for his entire team. Let's go Arsh. And Pickled Wombat, 6 kills, 1,000 damage. Yeah, exactly. It often comes down to whoever makes the first mistake. Whichever team screws up first loses. And we saw that in both of those games with our fights right here. Same spot. We had our first game. We had a fight right here where NND split up enough that 2 of them went down to a 4-pack. And it was a slow snowball from there for Dub. Game number 2, we saw a similar situation in Tower where we had to push across that little street there with Dub sending into 2 versus 4, going in 1 at a time and dying, losing their loot, which caused them to be on the defensive. We'll see if they make the same mistakes again. And Dub once again getting the tower, the Metro pull.
Supply drop deployed.
NND going for tower. We might see a repeat. Round number 3 might just be round number 1 and 2 once again. We'll see if both teams learn from their mistakes, because I'm kind of hoping it's the same. Oh, and yes, I did remember water for this cast. Hazy, I think everyone wants to play while watching war. The chaos fuels my soul. Anton going straight for tower. Dub. We got Fem a little bit farther out than normal. Let's keep an eye on Fem and Abstract. Ooh, it looks like we have an early move out. They're moving out in a little bit more scattered than normal, but we got Fem, Euphoria, Abstract, Kelson moving to tower, 4-pack, which is going to run into the 10-pack if they're not careful. Do you have any NND climbing tower yet? Nope, still clear. It might be, but it's also, we saw the initial tower fight in game number 1 go in Dub's favor. I think that the one-on-one fight is truly 50-50. Oh, Kelson takes down Hate Nate at 1 health. Oh, gets that banana in him, stays alive, and Skell takes down Kelson. Both teams down a member early on. Abstract and AJ moving in. Abstract goes down. Skell goes down to AJ. AJ. Oh, King Squishy with a hell of a headshot on AJ. We're down to 7-7. However, NND has minor advantage right now as they have the loot bags. We'll have to see what Dub does to take that back. Amazo Dragon M60 suppression is off the charts right now. Trying to hit everyone on Dub. Oh, and Euphoria takes down Serena. Sergeant takes down Kelson. Euphoria takes down Skell. Unscrambled Egg takes down Euphoria. Kelson takes down Sergeant. Fim takes down Amazo Dragon. NND down to 6 members. Dub starting to snowball with NND pushing out a little bit farther than they should have. Chatman moving in. Oh, this might be an unfortunate death for Dub. Here, we'll see what happens. Chatman moving in, takes down Hate Nate. Abstract moving in as well. Skell waiting for him, and oh, it's a trade. They take each other down. Those are both very strong players. Definitely a worthwhile trade for both teams. I don't think anyone took the L on that. Jeremy takes down Skell. NND down to 6 members, gets the res up to 8. Oh, Jeremy farming. Anton takes down Jeremy. Arsh takes down Sergeant. Arsh takes down Hate Nate. NND once again being pushed back by Dub. Sergeant's killer just trying to stay alive. Arsh takes him down with that DT. Let's go have a look at the rest of NND who's moving out. King Squishy going up tower. It looks like they're trying to get a safety out of harm's way. Is all of NND here? Yes, all of NND is here. It just doesn't feel like it. Oh, there's Pickled Wombat back here. Pickled Wombat takes down Abstract. AJ returns the favor. Looks like we have Serena Arsh pushing in on Serena, Sergeant Killer, and Sergeant Skinner. NND now on the run. This is a similar situation to what Dub faced last match, and they faced in game number 1, but we might see a different result. Arsh has Sergeant Killer very low. Sergeant Killer needs to get some hard cover to live. Over here, we've got Kelson taking down Hate Nate. Unscrambled A is down as well. And Contessa takes down a Mazo Dragon. NND down to 2 members. Remember, we still have King Squishy on top of tower. If NND is willing to climb tower, it would be heavily advantageous for them to get the res over there and scatter a little bit just to get the loot that they need. But we'll see if they use something like that. It's all about strategy in war. Ooh, King Squishy going to Kingdom, which might turn out to be advantageous. We have Skell alone over here. Looks like he's trying to draw Dub's attention, and it appears to be working. We'll see if he's able to do some damage. Thank you for the compliment, Ademo. Skell gets some nice damage on Arsh. Almost takes down Fim as well. However, he goes down to the 6v1. Don't know if he had much option there. And we do have King Squishy. Now, Kingdom does not necessarily have enough loot for 10 people, but it might be enough to get NND back on their feet if they can get a couple kills and steal the loot from Dub. I'm not counting NND out of this one yet, but we'll see what they do with it. Dub definitely getting zone here, and I'm just going to point out that NND with their current positions is going to have to cross this big empty plane, which means they're going to be very open to shots from the sides, from all over, and are gonna have to fucking rush if they want to take advantage. NND spreading up. AJ moving into Kingdom. If AJ spots the enemy team, I have a feeling, yep, AJ just spotted them. We have all of Dub moving into Kingdom. Nice communication from AJ there. I forgot we had comms from the teams. Oh, okay, hold on. T.O., we're gonna go listen to NND's comms here.
Who's Riz? Okay. I can't go to me. I'm going to Anton.
Anton looks like he's gonna be getting res.
Anton, get the res.
Pushing, squishing. Oh, what's he squishing?
Get inside.
Dub definitely pushing, and NND is gonna have to pull some serious strategy to get out of this one alive. Oh, King Squishy coming from the side. Gets a nice hit on Fem. Fem goes down to Sergeant Skinner. Arsh moving up. Hate Nate, you got angle. Take him down. Arsh goes down to Hate Nate. Kelson takes down Sergeant Skinner. Unscramble takes down Contessa. And yes, that is correct. NND is up 1 member. Oh, now they're even. And they're now down 2. Oh, NND 5, Dub 6. This has been a crazy fight. AJ takes down Hate Nate. Unscramble takes down AJ. Dub getting those reses, getting those loot bags back. Anton takes down Euphoria.
Just grab something and just
Kayla over here is about to get a huge res. Yes, she does. Jeremy takes down Pickled Wombat. Let's go over to Dub. Listen to their comms.
Killing spree.
Wish I could have sniped him. I'm resing on chat.
We do not have full Dub team in comms here. Only 5 members of their team. NND in a very rough spot here. Back to zone. However, Sergeant Skinner, Killer might be able to pull them off enough.
Abstract company.
Yes, NND pushing across. Kelson takes down Hate Nate.
Monster kill.
Alright, King Squishy versus Kelson here. This might determine the game. If Kelson goes down. Yes, Anton takes down Kelson. Fem pushing up. Anton. Fem getting shot from all sides in the back as well. And that goes down. 2 left on NND. Both over here. King Squishy in a rough spot. Dub at 7. This might be it for NND. Oh, going for that res. Oh, shit. Missed the res. And that is it for game number 3. Dub takes this one. However, we are now 1-2. It's anyone's game. And we're going into game number 4. We'll have to see what happens. Now I will point out, just want to keep everyone aware of this tower fight that keeps on happening. I'll remind you that this has happened 3 times, and each time we've seen slightly different mistakes happening, which gives the other team huge advantage. And that one, we saw NND get taken out a couple of times by Dub, and then a hard push, a stacked push from Dub into NND's tower hold, which was able to destroy their defensive line and put them on the run. However, we saw the same play from Dub versus NND in game number... Oh my god, what game was that? It was game number 2, I believe. And NND was able to take down enough of Dub for it to go the other way because Dub pushed in more scattered. We'll have to see how these teams play with that knowledge if they're paying attention. With how quickly these games go, it's not always possible to know exactly where you went wrong, where the mistake was made that gave the other team the edge. But we'll have to see what happens. Looks like we have no Metro team this time. We're going to see a different fight. All right, what's up, Danny? We have NND going over Frontier. They'll probably go to Kingdom, knowing them. Dub. Splitting up a little bit here. We got a couple hot droppers. I think that they're going to go to Metro. And yes, we are always hoping for a tied game. 2-2 would be ideal. So we are all going to root for NND. Everyone got it? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Dub. We're rooting for NND because I want to see a 5-game session. And in war, those are rare. Come on, Dingo. We're here for excitement. Looks like Dub is taking tower first this time. Come on, don't you want to see your team absolutely demolish it, NND 2 more times rather than just 1? Like, they could just like win on kills and damage, right? And then NND takes like the first place, and then we get to see a game number 5. This is going to have Sergeant Skiller and Unscrambled Egg push in. A very split up NND here. King Squishy, Serena, and Nate pushing in from the back. Euphoria and Kelson pushing up for Dub. We're going to see our first fight here, and it might be a 2 versus 5. And yes, NND is paying a lot more attention to that stack. I'll point out that they are getting together before taking on Kelson and Euphoria. Arsh with the drop without the pin. Listen, why are you rooting for Dub? I want to see game number 5. Sergeant Killer has the opportunity to third party here along with a Maze of Dragon. Arsh is going to have high ground here in a second. Unscrambled Egg might be able to hold him back, but we'll have to see what he does with that. We haven't had a death yet. A Maze of Dragon getting hit in the side. Very low. This might be it. Makes sense. Arsh goes down in the air. Our first death is Arsh with the pin drop. Kelson takes down a Mazer right after that. Skell takes down Jeremy. Dub now down 2 members. NND with a slight edge here. However, Dub hasn't necessarily lost any loot. Unscrambled Egg coming from the side hits Abstract. It's going to be a 1v2. Yeah, Unscrambled Egg does not want to take that. We got Kayla in the back with an op, putting suppressive fire on NND. Fem moving up, takes down a Mazo. Pickled takes down Fem. It looks like we're gonna have Pickled might res here. However, he does have 3 about to push in on him. And yes, he's going for the res. We'll see if this is beneficial for them. I want to stay over here on this little side fight. We've technically got 3 fights going on right now. We have got Kayla sniping in from the side on both fights. Then we have main fight at tower, side fight over here in plains. And I think that I want to focus on the side fight because Serena just took down Euphoria over in the main fight. And it is tapering out with NND taking main fight at tower. They are definitely winning the loot over there. Will they be able to take this fight as well? No, Sergeant goes down to AJ. King Squishy getting hit in the back. And Squishy goes down just barely to Chatman. Skell takes down Fem. Dub on the run on the main fight. Side fight is going to the Dub's win, which means they're going to be able to surround NND if they're not careful. Arch takes down a Mazer Dragon. And technically right now, Dub has more members up than NND. They are just a little bit more split up. Oh, Euphoria starts the push, gets taken down. Kelson goes down. Serena goes down. Hate Nate goes down. Dub able to repress them there. Jeremy goes down in this fight with Anton and Sergeant Skinner pushing up. Skell taking high ground on tower. Some nice op shots from him. Don't know if they hit, but always respect those drop shots. NND is in a rough spot over here with Pickled Wombat, Amazer Dragon, and King Squishy not having a ton of loot and getting pushed by a 4-pack. NND is going to have to make NND team number 1 over at tower is going to have to make a serious move on the dub holdout there in sandbox in order to give their rest of NND some chance to get out of it. And Arsh takes down Pickled Wombat. Let's have a look over here where Anton takes down Euphoria. Euphoria decided to push. We missed it. Should have watched that.
Ultra
And
kill.
Arsh takes down King Squishy with that Cyber Blade. We saw him get shanked in the back over there by the rock. Kelson takes down Unscrambled Egg. NND is taking some heavy casualties right now, losing some serious time and loot. Arsh pushing in from the side. Sergeant Skinner, oh, gets hit very hard. Hate Nate moving in. Arsh pushing up. Arsh goes down. Serena Skell takes down Chatman. 8-7 right now. NND slight advantage on loot still. I've decided in this cast I'm going to point out who has loot advantage as well, because a lot of people don't think about who has the weapons for the next push. Serena takes down Abstract. Jeremy takes down Hate Nate. Dub backing off again. King Squishy takes down Arsh. Anton takes down AJ. Sergeant takes down Concessa. Pickle takes down Fib. And Amazo takes down Jeremy, putting Dub at only 4 members alive. NND fully up, and they definitely have all of the fucking loot. This is going to be a rough comeback from Dub. Still doable, but I will remind you, current score is 1-2 with Dub in the lead, meaning if NND takes this match, we will see game number 5, and I always want to see game number 5. Oh, Euphoria takes down Unscrambled Egg, and Anton. Oh, and Euphoria gets taken down by Hate Nate. Hate Nate takes down Arsh as well. That is it for the Dub holdout over here. And that fight definitely gave Dub a chance to res over here, get some loot, and get ready for the next fight. I need some water. Hold on. I wish I could just, like, say TO in game. Get all the players to just stop where they are for just, like, 2 milliseconds. Anyways, where were we? Dub up to 8 members. I think that Arsh's and Euphoria's hold definitely was beneficial. King Squishy takes down Abstract. The question is, was it enough to give Dub what they needed to win? Sergeant takes down Concessa. Kayla in a rough spot here. Anton coming from behind, about to shoot her in the butt. Oh, pushes her up top where Pickled Wombat gets angled. Pickled almost goes down though. Kayla almost takes it, but no. Kayla goes down to Hate Nate. King Squishy takes down AJ. Dub in a very rough spot here. NND, huge advantage. We are probably going to see a win from them, but our Dub could still take it. Chatman goes down to Anton. Arsh hiding in the corner, and Arsh goes down to Anton. Sergeant Skiller takes down Euphoria. 2 left for Dub. One of them is in zone. The other one is on the other side of the map. NND takes zone. Looks like we have a res over here. Skell moving in on Jeremy. I presume Jeremy was sniping from the side. Hold on, let's just have a look at your loadout. No, he was not using that foul from the side. Jeremy is a very long-range player at times. Dub is in a rough spot. Tail takes down Jeremy. Just 3 left, and Concessa dies to zone. Just Fim and Kelson left. Kelson goes down, and Fim goes down at the same time, giving us a 2v2. And I believe that this is the first time in season 6 we are seeing game number 5. Let's fucking go. I'd love for someone to check me on that, but I did not see any other game number 5 in any of the other casts I watched, nor on the spreadsheet. So for the first, oh, Nikki, you just ruined my hope. Okay. Oh, they both, oh shit. Never mind, every single other Immortal Division fight today has gone to game number 5. So, and because I was sleeping through all of them, I missed them. All of Immortal Division, that truly shows you how fucking competitive Immortal Division is. These teams are so evenly matched that we're seeing game number 5 almost every time, which is insane. I think last season, for all divisions combined, and I'll remind you, there were more teams last season than this season. And what is beeping? Something just beeped at me. I'm not doing push-ups. My arms will break. I'm a fat ass, okay? Red Haven, accept that. Anyways, I think last season we only saw like 5 or 6 of the 50 some odd games that were played go to game number 5, with the majority being clean sweeps, 3-1 or 3-0. So I am very hopeful if we're seeing 5 game sessions in 1 week, and we have once again got NND going to tower. And we have got dub in their NND going to Metro, and then dub going to tower. Yes, I don't know if it's necessarily the division or the fight, because I know that I've seen some very non-aggressive games from Immortal Division. I think that these are 2 just very aggressive team layouts. Looking at Arsh, Euphoria, Jeremy, Fem, and AJ on dub, very aggressive players. But we've also got Hate Nate, King Squishy, Sergeant Skinner, Anton, and Skell, and Sergeant Killer on NND, also extraordinarily aggressive players. We'll see how they do. And yes, if every session is going to game number 5, that means that these teams are evenly matched and ready to go at each other's throats, which makes me excited for finals this year. So far, the only player who has gotten a sword kill is Arsh over here. Looks like we have some initial poking. We're once again fighting in these buildings. We're in a very similar situation to game number 2. However, dub is a little bit more pushed in. Kelson a little bit more split off from his team, which might be the mistake. Remember, all that it takes is 1 screw up from one team for a war to go in the direction of the other. 1 mistake is all it takes. And we are watching for that mistake. NND hard pushing up. Serena takes some damage. Looks like Hate Nate pushing up on Kelson. What are we doing, Kelson? Kelson is not wanting to fight that, which makes sense. It is a 2v1. Backing off a little bit. Some nice shots from Jeremy here. Like I said, Jeremy can be a very long-range player at times. Serena and Sergeant Killer are both low. Jeremy and Fem also taking some damage. Contessa going up tower, getting some high ground. Anton and Sergeant Skinner coming in for the flank.
First blood.
Oh, Kelson takes down Pickled Wombat. Hate Nate takes down Kelson. Let's get into comms and see what NND is saying.
I'm just now.
Okay, go to summit, go to summit, go to summit, go to summit.
Rising in
They're all pushing Skelly, they're all pushing Skelly.
This way,
Go summit, yes, rotate summit.
It is very chaotic.
Here,
I
there's
can
2 here.
barely understand
rotate
what
summit.
they're saying, but
Rotate
it looks
summit.
like they are trying to get to Summit, which is smart for them. Summit
They're
is
all here, they're all
zone.
here. There's like 3 here.
Yes, they just spotted the main dub pack going to tower. Let's move over to dub. Here, their comms. Oh, for fuck's sake, did I just press the wrong button again?
No, don't say sorry. Oh.
Why are the numbers on the left? Okay.
They love chat, man.
Jeremy takes down Anton. It's okay. Yeah, my touch portal is a little bit broken right now, so we are working with some difficulties. Arsh with the pin drop comes in on Pickled Wombat. We're gonna disconnect. The button doesn't work. Arsh getting shot in the back. Sergeant Skinner and
We're winning on numbers.
Skell coming in.
Get up.
Let's leave our comms and go back to paying attention to the fight. We'll go back in a little bit. Hate Nate takes down Arsh. We're in the ultimate game. The penultimate game is last game. So it all comes down to this. Jeremy takes down Serena. King Squishy takes down Chatman. Dub down 2 members. NND does have zone advantage here. However, they are a bit split up. I'll point out we once again have 2 teams from NND, Unscrambled, Sergeant Amazo, and King Squishy in 1 over by Summit. The rest pushing in from the other side. And we're going to try and keep an eye on both. However, I only have 1 set of eyes. So we'll see if we miss anything. Spell with a nice Seiko shot on Arsh. Takes him down. Dub. In a very shitty spot here. Fem moving to hold out King Squishy. Gets beamed by that MK. Anton takes down Arsh. Dub taking serious losses here. I think NND might have this if this continues this way, but we'll see if Dub can make a comeback. Yes, Unscrambled Egg takes down Kayla. WW down to 5 members, getting pushed from 2 angles. Oh, pushing it over here. Nate takes down the Rez. Contessa very low. Hey, Nate takes down Contessa. Gets taken down. Ooh, doesn't get taken down by Chapman. Yes, he does. Gets taken down by Chapman. Just 3 left for Dub. We got AJ over there. Chapman goes down. Oh, we have Jeremy on the fucking other side of the map with the Rez. We might see another set of fighting here, but AJ does go down to the 3v1. Let's go have a look at our Jeremy. What kind of weapons you got, Jeremy? Can you split some? Purple Op might come into play. NND splitting up a little bit here, spreading out, trying to find the Rez. Let's have a look at our map. That's not the map. That is the map. Yes, most of Team B, Dub is dead, moving towards Jeremy. Looks like Team A, NND, is very split up here. However, they have got a major advantage, so you want to split up at this point to find the enemies. And it looks like Dub has been spotted. Jeremy goes down. Oh, and Kelson goes down. I was expecting that to go on a little bit longer, but that does also mean that NND is our winners. One hell of a session from them. It all came down to those little mistakes. And definitely about as aggressive as I expected from these two teams. Let's go have a look at our kill leaders. We have got Hate Nate, 5 kills, 1,500 damage. Skell, 4 kills, 1,000 damage. I think that was our lowest kill game overall. Yes, it was. Dub took some serious hits there at the beginning, and it just went downhill from there. I'm going to go check the scoreboard, see where our current standings are before I send y'all on to the next set of fights. And yes, that does mean that point-wise, we have got Sin in first place with 6 points, VIP in second with 5, NB in tied for second with 5, VRS in third with 4, NND in 5th, or technically 4th with 3, and Dub in last with 2 points. However, both of these teams did get points this session, which puts them on the board. Let's have a round of applause for NND. One hell of a session from them. Dub put up an equally impressive fight, but that is gonna go to NND. Oh, thank you for the bits, Linny Litton. I'm sorry, it was a little bit chaotic there and I did not see it. It's much appreciated. Let's send y'all who is going now. Was that the last game of the day? Hold on, let me go check the schedule. Oh, okay, Slap on a cast. All right, go give Slap some love if I can't find him. No, Slap is not streaming. I think that Satan Goss is doing a cast, though. Satan Goss got L Pop versus OS. We're going to send y'all to Satan Goss. Please stick with her as she is a fabulous caster. And I have got faith in that fight going to 5 games as well. Oh, she's playing. Well, you can all still keep looking at it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next week.